Claire sat alone in the far corner of the spacecraft New Dawn. The room was quiet except for the soft hum of the engines. The others passed her by without paying much attention. She was always there, sitting quietly with her book. She liked reading more than talking. Books made sense, people did not. She wore a plain blue uniform like the rest of the crew, but no one ever asked her for anything important. She was listed as a research assistant, mostly helping to keep records and organize old files. Some thought she was shy, others just thought she was boring. She did not mind. This gave her time to read. And outside the ship's large windows, stars floated in the dark. The New Dawn was on a mission to a deep star system far from Earth. It was supposed to be a peaceful journey. Diplomats were on board, along with scientists and a small security team. The captain was known for being strict, but fair. Claire had only spoken to him twice since the ship launched, then everything changed. Without warning, red lights flashed across the ceiling. A loud alarm began to sound. The calm voice of the ship's AI system filled the halls. Crisis alarm activated, primary command chain disabled, initiating backup protocol. People ran through the halls. Voices shouted. The ship shook slightly. Claire closed her book and stood up. She looked around. No one told her what to do. No one even looked her way. Backup protocol confirmed, the AI said again. Command transferred to Claire Evans. Claire froze. She thought she had misheard. The AI repeated the message. Claire Evans, please report to the command deck. Now people looked at her. Some frowned, some were confused. A few were even angry. Is this a mistake? One officer said, she's not command crew, but the AI kept speaking. Identity verified. Claire Evans, trained under Earth Strategic Reserve, Program Echo, authorization code confirmed. Claire slowly walked through the halls. Her hands shook a little. She had hoped this day would never come. Years ago, she had trained in a secret program on Earth. It was a backup plan for worst-case events. They had told her she might never be needed. She was supposed to stay hidden. She was not even supposed to talk about it. After the program ended, she was sent to quiet duty. No one ever asked what she had done before. On the command deck, the screen showed damage reports. The captain and other senior officers had been hurt during a sudden power surge. No one knew what had caused it. The ship was drifting toward a strange space rift that had not been on the charts. Claire stood in front of the main screen. People watched her. She could feel their doubt. She said, "Give me full status. Engine power at 70%. Command system stable. Life support normal. Gravitational pull increasing from unknown source ahead." She took a deep breath. She remembered her training. She looked at the data. The rift was pulling them in faster. They had minutes to act. Adjust course 3 degrees to port. Fire thrusters at half power. Reroute energy from non-critical systems to shields. One officer hesitated. "Are you sure?" "Do it," Claire said. They followed her orders. The ship slowed. The pull from the rift weakened. Status update. Course adjusted. Danger level reduced. Claire turned to the crew. "We need to stay calm. Find out what that rift is. Scan for signals, any trace of other ships or structures." Now the crew started to move faster. Someone handed her a tablet. Others began to speak to her with more respect. She was not just the quiet girl in the corner anymore. Inside, Claire felt fear, but she did not show it. This was why she had trained. Not to fight, but to think. To solve problems when no one else could. As the New Dawn floated near the strange space rift, Claire Evans stood at the center of the command deck. She had been named the backup plan. Now, she was the only plan. Claire stood still on the command deck. Screen showed warnings. Lights blinked in red and orange. Crew members were busy checking systems. A strange space rift outside the ship glowed with soft purple light. It looked calm, but it was pulling the New Dawn slowly. She watched the data. Her fingers moved across the screen. She gave short, clear orders. Some crew still looked unsure, but they followed her lead. Claire knew she had only a short time to prove she could handle this. Ethan, a tall officer with sharp eyes, stepped beside her. He had served under the captain for 3 years. "What exactly is that thing out there?" he asked. "I don't know yet," Claire said. It's not natural. The pattern of energy looks designed, not like a star or black hole, more like a gate or beacon. Ethan nodded. That a crew is nervous. They need to know you can keep us safe. I will, Claire said. Her voice was calm. Behind them, pilot Joey turned in his seat. We're drifting slower now, but that thing's still pulling us. Any idea how to stop it? Claire looked at the data again. Not yet. But we need more information. Send out a drone. Keep a connection open and run full scans. Lana, a young medic, stepped onto the deck. She looked pale. 3 officers from engineering are hurt, and one of the science team is missing. They were near the labs when the power surge hit. Claire nodded. Send help, and double-check the labs. Something started all this. We need to know what. Minutes passed. The drone flew toward the rift. Its camera showed the edge of a large object inside the glowing field. It looked like a building or a station. Parts of it were broken, but lights still flickered on its surface. What is that? Ethan said. I think it's a station, Claire said. Not human. The shape. The material. It's not from Earth. Do we send a team? He asked. Yes, Claire said. But only a small one. Me, you, Joey, and Lana. We keep it simple. Scan, record, return. Joey raised an eyebrow. You want to go out there yourself? Yes, Claire said. This may be the reason we were pulled in. We need to understand it. Soon, they suited up and entered a small shuttle. The launch was smooth. As they flew closer to the alien structure, Claire felt a mix of fear and wonder. The building had marks that looked like symbols. The surface was smooth and shiny, but also old. Parts of it floated off, as if time had torn it slowly. We're close, Joey said. No signs of life. Bring us to that open part, Claire pointed. Looks like a docking bay. They entered the bay. Lights inside blinked on as the shuttle landed. Claire stepped out first. The air was cold and dry. The walls were covered in strange writing. Record everything, Claire said. This place was waiting for someone. Maybe us. They walked through silent halls. The structure felt like a mix of science and art. Doors opened by touch. Lights followed their steps. In one room, they found a control panel. Claire touched it. Symbols moved. One of them looked like an old Earth symbol for peace. Can you read that? Lana asked. Some of it, Claire said. I studied old Alliance records during training. These are similar. Ethan looked surprised. You mean the early space treaties? I thought they were myths. They were real, Claire said. No. This place may have been part of that. Or something older. A deep sound echoed through the structure. Lights grew brighter. What was that? Joey asked. I think we woke something, Claire said. They rushed back to the shuttle. The control panel lit up again as they left. Outside, the rift pulsed. Energy readings spiked. We need to leave, Ethan said. They flew back to the New Dawn. Claire gave new orders as soon as they returned. She told the crew to prepare shields and scan the rift again. Something had changed. The station was active now. That place is not just a ruin, Claire said. It's a message. It's maybe a warning. The crew listened. Even those who doubted her were starting to believe. Claire was not just a backup. She was now their best hope. The New Dawn moved slowly through space, keeping a safe distance from the strange rift. Inside the ship, Claire stood in the command center, her eyes on the glowing screen. The alien structure was now sending out soft waves of energy. It was clear something inside had awakened. Any new signals? Claire asked. Ethan checked the data. Yes, there's a repeating code now, short pulses. It's not random. Claire leaned closer. Try matching it with old Alliance records. Check early contact files. As the team worked, Claire walked to the side and opened a file from her personal records. She had saved old training data from her time in the Secret Earth program. One file had a set of codes taught for emergency contact with non-human groups. She compared the pulses. Her heart beat faster. It was a match. This signal is not a threat, Claire said. It's an invitation. Ethan looked surprised. You're sure? Yes, Claire said. They want to talk. Claire called a meeting with the bridge team. Joey, Lana, and a few engineers joined. The room was tense. Some still doubted her. Others now followed her with respect. We found something inside the alien station, Claire began. Symbols like the ones in our early space records. This signal proves they knew about humans. They may have helped the first colonies. Then why did they disappear? Asked one officer. Maybe there was a fight, Claire said. Maybe humans broke the peace. We need to learn the truth. Joey spoke up. Are you thinking of going back inside that place? Yes, Claire said. But this time, we go deeper. We find out what happened. We learn why the signal started now. The next day, Claire, Ethan, Joey, and Lana returned to the alien station. This time, they wore upgraded suits and carried small scanners. The halls were still quiet, but the lights were brighter. The air felt warmer. As they walked, Claire felt drawn to one part of the station. A new door had opened. Inside, they found a wide chamber with walls covered in moving lights. In the center stood a tall device, shaped like a ring. What is it? Lana asked. Claire walked slowly toward it. A memory bank, maybe, or a message. As she touched the panel, the ring lit up. A clear image appeared in the air, showed two groups, one human, one alien, standing together. They shared tools, built machines, and smiled. This is from the First Alliance, Claire said. The image changed. Now it showed fire, battles. Humans leaving the station, the aliens closed the gates and hid their world. What went wrong? Ethan said. I think some humans betrayed them, Claire said. Maybe for power, maybe for control. The next image was of a human family. Claire looked closer. Her breath caught. The woman in the picture had her eyes, her face. That's my grandmother, Claire said. Joey stared. Are you sure? Yes, Claire said. She told me stories when I was young. I thought they were just tales. She said her father worked with beings from the stars. The ring turned off. Soft hum filled the room. Another door opened at the back. The team moved carefully. Inside was a small room with old items. One item looked like a badge. Claire picked it up. It had the same symbol as the one in her training program. She was part of the Alliance, Claire whispered. And they left this for me. Ethan stepped beside her. So this was meant to be. You were meant to find this, maybe, Claire said. Maybe I'm just the last one who remembers. They left the room and returned to the ship. Claire brought the badge and a copy of the images. On the bridge, she showed everything to the crew. No one spoke for a while. Then an older engineer nodded. If they trusted us once, he said, maybe they can trust us again. Claire looked at the glowing rift. They sent the signal for a reason. It's time to answer. The crew waited for her next move. Claire was ready. She was no longer just the backup. She was the key to something much bigger than she had ever imagined. The ship was quiet again, but the crew felt the change. Claire had shown them the truth. The images from the alien station had shaken many of them. The past was not just history now. It was part of their mission. Claire stood at the front of the command deck. She had spoken to every team and shared what she had learned. The ship was no longer just exploring. They were part of something bigger. Some officers now trusted Claire. They followed her orders and spoke to her with respect. But not all felt the same. A group of crew members met in secret. They whispered about her past and questioned her right to lead. One of them was Martin, a strong and proud engineer. He had always believed command should come from rank, not from old secrets. She hides things, Martin said to his group. She knew all this before. She never told us. But she saved the ship, another said. She stopped us from being pulled into that rift. Maybe, Martin said. Or maybe this is all part of her plan. The next day, Claire asked for a full scan of the rift. She believed there was more hidden in its depths. The station was just the start, she told Ethan. I think there are others. Maybe more messages. Maybe more truths. Ethan nodded. He had come to trust her. Do you think we'll find the rest of your family's history? Maybe, Claire said. But more than that, we need to know why the signal started now. Someone or something wants us to act. As the scan team worked, a warning light blinked on the main screen. We're picking up energy spikes, Joey said. It's not from the rift. It's coming from behind us. Another ship had entered the system. It was small and fast. It had no known design. Raise shields, Claire said. Try to contact them. No answer came. The ship moved closer. Its lights blinked in a pattern. Claire studied the rhythm. That's not a threat signal, she said. It's a test. They want to see if we understand. She ordered the crew to respond with the same pattern. The other ships stopped moving. They're waiting, Claire said. They want us to go to them. She formed a new team. This time she brought Martin with her. Why me, he asked. Because you asked the hard questions, Claire said. I want you to see the answers. They boarded a shuttle and flew to the unknown ship. It opened a bay door as they approached. Inside, they found a space that looked almost human, but not quite. Smooth walls, soft light, and air that smelled like rain. A figure stepped out from the shadows. It was tall and thin, with silver skin and dark eyes. You have come, it said in clear English. Claire stepped forward. We found your station. We saw the past. We want to know the truth. The past is broken, the being said. Trust was lost, but the line was not. You carry it. Claire showed the badge she had found. The being looked at it and nodded. This was given in hope, it said. Hope that one day someone would return not with power, but with memory. Martin stared. He was quiet now. The anger in his eyes was gone. Why now? Claire asked. Because the danger returns, the being said.
Always.
Old enemies move again. The rift is not only a door, it is a path. Others may come. Not all are kind. Then we need to prepare, Claire said. We want peace. We want to rebuild the trust. Then we will help, the being said. But not all will welcome the light, even on your ship. Be careful. They returned to the new dawn. Martin walked beside Claire in silence. Back on the ship, he stopped her. I was wrong about you, he said. You are more than a backup. You are a bridge. Claire gave a small smile. Thank you. But we're just getting started. The crew gathered as she told them about the meeting. Some were amazed, some were still afraid. Claire stood firm. We were pulled here for a reason. Now we must decide who we are. Do we fix the past or repeat it? The room was silent, but the hearts inside had started to change. Claire was not alone anymore. Days passed on the new dawn. Claire spent her time studying everything they had learned. She watched the old messages from the alien station again and again. She listened to the recordings from the silver-skinned being. She knew there was still more to understand. One night, the ship's AI called her quietly. Claire, it said, I have found something. During the last data scan from the alien ship, a hidden signal was detected. It matches old human code. Claire sat up. Show me! The screen lit up. A short message played. It was a voice, a woman's voice. If you are hearing this, then our plan has reached you. I am Leah Evans. This message is for my granddaughter. Claire, this is your legacy. Claire felt her chest tighten. She sat in silence as the message played on. We worked with them, the voice said, tried to keep the peace. But not all humans agreed. There was fear, betrayal. We were forced to leave. But I left this behind for you. You were the last trained mind. It's the only one left who can unlock the bridge system. The key is inside you. The message ended. Claire stared at the screen. Her grandmother had known this moment would come. Ethan found her later in the command room. You look like you didn't sleep, he said. I found a message, Claire said, from my grandmother. She helped build the alliance, and she left me a task. She showed him the recording. Ethan listened in silence. When it ended, he looked at Claire. What do you think this bridge system is? A way to open paths across the stars, Claire said. Maybe it links lost colonies. Maybe it brings the Allies back. But only a trained mind can use it. One like mine. Ethan nodded. Then we need to find it. The team prepared for a final trip to the alien station. This time, Claire felt something different. A pull like the place was calling her. Inside the station, the halls lit up as she walked. The others followed, but the doors opened only for her. They reached the main chamber again. The ring device glowed with soft blue light. Stand back, Claire said. This part is for me. She stepped into the ring. The light grew brighter, chamber filled with a humming sound. Her mind was filled with images. Stars, gates, old maps, people talking in many tongues. She saw her grandmother standing with both humans and aliens. She saw the moment the first bridge opened. A voice spoke inside her head. Not loud, but clear. You are the last of the chosen. Your mind holds the code. Will you accept the link? Yes, Claire said. The ring flashed. The power surged through the station. Lights moved across the walls. Outside, the rift changed shape, became calm like a wide mirror. The crew watched in awe. "What did you do?" Joey asked. "I opened the bridge," Claire said. "Now others can come. We can go to them." Suddenly, the station began to shake. Alarms sounded. "Gravitational pull increasing," Lana said. "We have to leave now." They ran back to the shuttle and flew toward the new dawn. Behind them, the alien station slowly fell apart. But the bridge remained, floating in space like a glowing path. Back on the ship, Claire stood at the center of the command deck. "Record this," she said. "Today we reopened what was once broken. We answered a call from the past, and now the future waits." Ethan stepped beside her. "What's our next move?" "We wait," Claire said. "They will see the signal. The ones who remember. It's the ones who still believe." For now, the stars were quiet, but Claire knew they would not stay silent for long. The bridge was open. The message was sent. She was ready for whatever came next. The bridge shimmered in space, wide and silent, glowing with soft blue light. No one knew where it led, but it stood as a sign. A new path had opened. The crew of the New Dawn watched it every hour, waiting for what might come through. Claire stayed busy. She studied the data from the alien station. She wrote new orders, trained the crew, and planned for contact. She knew this was just the start. Something would come, or someone. They had to be ready. Ethan entered the command deck. He looked tired but focused. "We scanned the far end of the bridge again," he said. "Still nothing on the sensors. No ships. No signals." "They will come," Claire said. "This bridge was not built to be silent. They are waiting to." "What if they're not friendly?" Ethan asked. "Then we still need to be ready," Claire said. "But I believe the first ones who come will remember the old promise." Just then, Joey ran in. "We picked up something. A small object is coming through the bridge. Not a ship, more like a pod." "Bring it aboard," Claire said. The crew moved fast. The pod was brought into the hangar. It was smooth and silver with no marks. Claire and her team stood around it, watching. Slowly, the pod opened. Inside was a sphere, floating in the air, blinked with soft lights. Then it spoke. "We have heard your call. You have reopened the gate. Your line is known. We see the Keeper." Claire stepped forward. "I am Claire Evans. I carry the memory. We want peace. We want to rebuild." The sphere blinked again. "You are the key. The path is safe, but danger follows." Others watched the bridge. Not all wish for peace. "What do we do?" Claire asked. "Prepare," the voice said. "More will come. Some with questions, some with anger." The bridge is open to all. The sphere dimmed and dropped gently to the floor. The crew looked at Claire. "We need defenses," she said, "but also a message. Send out a signal. Repeat the old code. Let those who remember know we stand for peace." Over the next days, the ship changed. Teams built shield lines and updated weapons. At the same time, Claire helped write the message of peace. It was sent out through the bridge every hour. Then the second ship came. It was larger, darker, and older. Its surface looked burned in places. It did not answer signals. It stopped near the bridge and waited. "Should we fire?" Martin asked. "No," Claire said. "We wait. Let them speak first." After hours of silence, a message arrived. "We see the bridge. We see the Keeper. We see the traitor line. I think we are the same as those who betrayed them," Joey said. "You're not," Claire said. "But we have to show it. Open a channel." Her voice went out to the other ship. "I am Claire Evans. The past brought pain, but I seek a better future. We do not come with force. We come with memory and hope." There was no answer. The ship turned slowly, then left. It did not fire. It did not speak again. "They are watching," Claire said. "They may return. But we gave them a choice that matters." Ethan stepped closer. "You've done more than most leaders ever could. You opened the gate. You brought us to this point." Claire looked at the stars. "I just followed the path that was given to me. Now we must build a new one. Together." On the edge of the system, the bridge glowed brighter. More signals began to appear. Ships moved in the distance. Some curious, some cautious. The future was coming fast. Claire stood at the center of the command deck. Round her were people she trusted. People who once doubted her now followed her lead. "This is not the end," she said. "This is just the next step." The new dawn turned slowly toward the bridge. Its lights shone across the dark sky. They were ready to meet the stars. And Claire, once the quiet girl in the corner, was now the voice of a new beginning. The stars beyond the bridge were no longer empty. Every day, new signals came. Some were kind, full of old greetings and peaceful words. Some were cold, watching without trust. A few warned of danger. The galaxy had not forgotten the past, but it had not closed its doors either. On the new dawn, Claire led her crew with calm and care. She spoke to old allies, listened to new voices, and made choices that shaped more than just the ship. They had become the first point of contact for many. She carried not only her own name now, but also the weight of her grandmother's promise. One morning, a bright light flashed outside the ship. A small vessel came through the bridge. It looked broken, covered in scars. It sent no signal. Claire gave the order to bring it in. The ship was empty inside except for one thing. A small box sat in the center. Claire and Ethan stood beside it as it opened. A message played. "The bridge is open. The keepers are seen. But war follows. Others have found the path. You must choose now," Eider led. Ethan looked at Claire. "They're warning us. Someone else is coming. Someone who wants to take control," Claire said. Joey stepped in. "Should we close the bridge?" Claire shook her head. "No. The bridge is not just ours.
Ours.
If we close it now, we lose all hope of peace. But we must prepare." She called a full crew meeting. Faces from every part of the ship gathered. She looked at each one before she spoke. "We opened the bridge to find peace. We have found signs of it. But now danger is coming. We cannot run. We cannot hide. We stand for what is right. We carry history, and we carry the future. We must protect the bridge, not with fear, but with unity." Many nodded. Some looked afraid, but no one walked away. They began work right away. Shield levels were raised. Defense systems checked. Watch teams were placed near the bridge. At the same time, Claire kept the message of peace going. She sent it out again and again. Then the enemy came. A large ship crossed the bridge. It was black, silent, and fast. It carried weapons that the new dawn had never seen. It did not speak. It moved with purpose, heading straight for the center of the system. "Weapons ready," Martin said. "Hold fire," Claire said. "Wait for a sign." The black ship sent a short message. "This bridge is ours now. Leave or fall," Claire answered. "This bridge belongs to no one. It is a path for all who come in peace." The black ship fired. The first shot hit the shields. Lights flickered. Alarms rang. "Return fire," Claire said, "but aim to disable, not destroy." The battle began. The new dawn moved fast, dodging blasts and sending out sharp strikes. The crew worked as one. Joey flew the ship with skill. Martin handled the weapons. Lana ran between stations, helping where she could. Claire stayed calm. She gave orders with a clear voice. She watched the enemy ship and looked for a weakness. "There," she said, pointing. Near the rear engines hit that spot. A blast hit the black ship. It stopped firing. Lights inside it dimmed. It began to drift. "They are losing power," Ethan said. "Send a message," Claire said. "We will not destroy you. You do not take this bridge. Leave now." The black ship turned. It moved back through the bridge and vanished. The crew cheered. Some hugged. Others just smiled with relief. Claire stood in the center of the room. "We protected the bridge," she said. "Not with hate, but with strength and choice. This is how we move forward." Weeks later, Claire was called to Earth. She stood before leaders and spoke of what had happened. They asked her to lead a new mission, not as backup, but as the first contact lead for all new paths beyond the bridge. Claire agreed. Back on the new dawn, she walked to her favorite corner, the same place she used to sit and read. Now it was quiet again, but she was not the same. She had answered the call. She had stood when others had fallen. She had become the keeper of the path. And the stars were just the beginning.